Hey guys, it's Amy. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you haven't been here before, welcome to my channel. It is so nice to have you here. Today it is such a gloomy, rainy day in Singapore, but I am back with another video to get you all prepped for your next casting. Whether that's for an open casting for an agency or a casting for a runway, a fashion spread, or a commercial, I am going to tell you exactly what you need to wear to show off your best self and get booked. My video from last week was all about what kind of makeup you should be wearing when you're going to castings in Europe versus castings in Asia. So if you haven't checked that out, I will put a link in the description box below, so be sure to give that video a watch so that you can have all the information you need to nail all your future castings. Just a little note, this video is going to be mainly geared towards female models because, well, I'm a girl, so I kind of have a lot of experience in that area about what to wear to castings. But if there are any aspiring male models who are watching this video and would like a video that is geared mainly towards male models and what male models wear to castings and other kind of stuff about that, then please let me know in the comments and I'll try to hook you guys up with some friends of mine so that you can get some accurate information from an actual male model. I think this intro has gone on long enough, but before we dive in, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be the first to know whenever new videos about modeling, skincare, makeup, or fitness are posted and we can hang. When you're going to a casting, the most important thing that you need to remember is to show off your best self. So that means walking in with a smile, a good attitude, and confidence. Now that's confidence, not arrogance. Agents and clients aren't going to want to work with a model who is super arrogant and looks like they're going to be difficult to work with or aren't going to take constructive criticism very well. A good attitude is so important when you face rejection, which happens a lot in this industry, like a lot. When you're facing rejection and you're given constructive criticism, just digest what will make you a better model, forget the rest, and move on. You know, life goes on. So, right to the basics. At a casting, it is always best to wear something that is form-fitting so whoever is casting you can look at your body shape and your physique. Wearing something that's too baggy isn't going to look as flattering. It's also best to wear something plain, like one solid color, rather than something that has a huge logo on it or something with all these bright colors that's gonna look really distracting. My favorite combo includes a pair of skinny jeans and a black tank top or a black bodysuit. I always prefer to wear black because black is generally more slimming, but white and gray are also fine. Actually, in Singapore, I never wear gray because it is so hot outside, and when you're walking to a casting, you don't want to show up with all these sweat marks, so scratch what I said. Just go with white or black. In colder countries, it is totally fine to wear a long sleeve shirt as long as it's tight, but I wouldn't necessarily wear a turtleneck because it covers a little bit too much of your skin, so generally a crew neck or a v-neck is better. In warmer countries like in Singapore or in Europe when it's summer, it's always better to go to a casting with a tank top or something that can show off your shoulders so that they can see that you don't have any scars or tan lines or something like that. For shoes, you're gonna wanna wear a pair of black heels that you're comfortable walking in. The heel should be relatively high, like it shouldn't be a kitten heel, and it shouldn't be too tall either. It shouldn't be like 6 inches. I would say the sweet spot is normally around 4 inches or so, and I definitely recommend wearing a heel that doesn't have a platform in the front, just because without the platform it's easier to feel the ground and you have a little bit more balance, whereas when you're wearing a platform you're like more elevated off the ground, and I find that it's easier to lose your balance that way. Platforms are also generally a little bit more difficult to walk in, so that might come across as you being unconfident in your walk or just having a shakier walk than you normally would. So definitely wear a pair of shoes that you are comfortable walking in and you can, you know, do your nice runway walk really well. Also, in episode 2 of Top Model, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but at one point Alex Perry and Georgina came into the model house and they gave us 5 minutes to change into a casting outfit, and then they kind of gave us comments and critiques. Oh my god, mine was so bad.
This is definitely a casting mistake.
I don't know what I was thinking. It looked like I was going to a nightclub, but that was so wrong. But basically what Alex Perry said about some of the girls' heels was that it was a little bit too high and it looked like they were trying to hide their real height or something by wearing a pair of heels that was just way too high. So that's coming from a perspective of a luxury designer, so that's really good advice. And I know some of you might be worried about, you know, not being tall enough for modeling or, you know, wanting to wear high heels to kind of compensate for that. Let's say you're doing a fashion show, the designer is going to give you their heels anyway, and if they give you a pair of heels that, you know, is 4 inches, they give a super tall model a pair of heels that's 4 inches, the height difference is still going to be there. There are different types of modeling for people of different heights, so the best thing that you can do is just show up and be confident and show your best self and see where that takes you. So those are the basics of what you need. So now let's talk about some of the variations from that we can work with. Other casting staples that you're gonna need are a pair of sneakers. White sneakers make your entire outfit look nice and clean, so that's always a good shout. In Europe, clients don't really mind if you show up to castings in sneakers because sometimes they might not even want you to wear heels anyway. But in Asia, it's always better to show up to a casting already in your heels so that you can give a really good first impression. So agencies around Asia generally tend to advise models to change into heels right before entering a studio or an office for a casting. Some of my friends in Europe really like to walk around in heeled booties, and I envy them so much because they always look so good. But when I tried to do that, oh my god, it was so torturous. My feet were hurting so much because it was just going from like a heel to an even higher heel and then back to a heel, and that was just so not for me. Honestly, sneakers are just the way to go. I've had days where I've literally had to travel around the city non-stop to reach like my 6 or 8, and I think my max was like 12 castings in one day during fashion week. And if I were to do that in heeled booties, I don't even know if I'd be able to feel my feet afterwards, so just go with sneakers. Plus, the most important thing is that you have a pair of good black heels to walk in, so what you wear casually is totally up to you, but that's just a little model off-duty tip. Okay, next, you're also going to need a nice fashionable bag to carry things around. I remember when I first got out of high school, I was carrying around my high school JanSport backpack to go to casting, and my agent was just like, okay, if you need help shopping for a normal backpack, I will help you because you cannot wear a JanSport backpack. But basically, the most important thing is you need a nice bag to be able to carry everything that you need for the day and for your casting. So that would be a bag that's big enough to carry your heels, your portfolio, your, whatever else you need. So I always love a good leather backpack. I'm definitely a backpack person, but a nice tote is also good. But as long as it's not a JanSport backpack and you look relatively decent and fashionable, that's totally fine. For your hair, you should wear your hair down without doing too much stuff to it. Like if you have naturally straight hair, you don't want to show up to a casting with like freshly curled hair because the client wants to see your hair length and your hair texture so that they know what they're going to be working with. But you should also always bring a hair tie so that whenever they want you to tie your hair in a bun or a pony, you can just easily and quickly do that. That's more so that they can have a closer look at your features and take a look at your skin. As for accessories, you should also show up to a casting as a blank canvas, so you shouldn't be having too much accessories on you. I generally, I'm wearing earrings today, but normally I would wear my 2 diamond studs here so that it's not too distracting, but sometimes they would even ask me to take those out. So avoid wearing any loud jewelry or really, really bright nail colors. For nails, having nothing on your nails is of course best, but having something, that's nude or, sheer pink, that's not so obvious, that's also okay. So this is what you should be wearing to about 90% of your castings that you're going to, but there are some instances where you might be asked to wear something different, so we're going to talk about that next. Bikini or lingerie castings. Those are always fun. For bikini and lingerie castings, you should always wear something that is a matching set. So you shouldn't be wearing like a black bra and pink undies, for example. It should also be a solid color without any fancy patterns or anything. And obviously, black is always best. Here's another tip. For castings that I know are only going to be focusing on bikini or lingerie photos, I like to show up in an outfit that is not too tight for 2 reasons. First, you're gonna have to take it off, so something that's easy to pull off would be obviously best and much faster. And second, you're also not gonna wanna leave these little imprints on your skin. Like when I wear skinny jeans and if I'm like sitting for a while, then that kind of leaves a bit of like a mark on my skin. That usually takes a while to go away, and in a photo it could show up as like a scar or something that you don't necessarily have, and you're not gonna look your best. So I would definitely avoid wearing tight jeans, but definitely don't show up in like a super loose oversized t-shirt. Like still look like a model. So wear like, a casting dress or something, which we're going to talk about next. Clients for jewelry shows are always looking for models with that classy, feminine look, so it's always best to show up to a jewelry casting in a simple black dress rather than jeans. A bodycon dress is always a good option as long as it's not super fancy and it doesn't look like you're going to a nightclub. It's also good to show your legs so the client can see your body rather than hide the bottom half of your body with a really long maxi dress. Heels are definitely a must for jewelry castings, and it's also a really good idea to show up with your hair already in a low bun, somewhere around like here. Like that, something like that. That's because for jewelry shows or jewelry shoots, they tend to like to have your hair away from your face so that the earrings and necklace can be seen better. They can also see your facial features better, but most importantly, it also indirectly tells the client that you know what you're doing and that you're very prepared for this specific type of casting. Finally, castings for beauty or skincare. These are like my favorite to go to. I love doing beauty campaigns. It is so fun. For castings where the main focus isn't your whole body, but rather this upper portion right here, you should definitely opt for a tube top. So that's a top that doesn't have any straps. In this instance, it's always best to wear something that's white because white is kind of a classic beauty or skincare color. You know, it's fresh, it's clean, and skincare clients are gonna wanna see your skin on your face, on your shoulders, and on your décolleté, which is this area right here. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know. Décolletage? Décolleté? Do you guys know how to say it? Please let me know. So yeah, so white tube top is always the best option. So going to castings like these with the right tweaks and outfits really projects a sense of professionalism and knowledge about the industry, and that's always, you know, a plus point for you. Hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be up to date on any videos that can help you book your next job. And also be sure to watch my video from last week so that you can be fully prepared for your next casting. Good luck to all of you beauties who are putting yourselves out there in the modeling industry. It is not easy, but it is so much fun, and I wish you guys all the best. I'll see you next week.